Well, it says I'm live, and I see a couple of people found me, so that's awesome. I'm not going on the main channel, Kaler's Aquatics. I'm going on my old original channel. Hey, Bunny. So the link was set up for here. So I think people will find me. If not, it's not the end of the world. It actually says Kaler's Aquatics and Reptiles, the notification that just went out. So we should be fine. And I'll just hang out here as Bob. I don't even think there's any content on this channel. So, hey Sandy. Hey Steve. Pam is not with us tonight for a couple of reasons. Everything's okay, but rather than bore you with them, I'll just say she's not with us. So, how's everybody doing? All five of us, how are we doing? Anything new going on in your fish worlds and your fish tanks? Anybody got any new fish? Anybody going to any fishy events? Anybody have any knowledge to share or seeking knowledge about fish? Because I don't have any, but somebody here does. I set myself up a little differently than I normally do. Thought I'd show off saltwater and freshwater at the same time. Those tanks, of course, are kind of in an L shape or a V, which allows me to sit here and see them both. That one is the saltwater, obviously, and that one's the freshwater with the pacu. Well, I know that Huawei Sam was here, but I don't know if he's still here, if he left or what. And Anthony was here too. And Sandy's here, so there are mods if we need them. There he is. There he is. Oh, hey Dave. Hello everyone, can't chat. Got to fix a shelf in the trailer. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Thank you. Hope you get it fixed. Hope nothing got damaged. Mike. Hey Mike, how are you doing? Hope you're still continuing to feel better. Pam just sent me a message on Discord and I was replying to it. Probably about her situation. I haven't really got to talk to her about it. And I'm on Discord, but just like Father Fish and Lazarus, a couple of people like that. I guess I could find anybody on there. Doing pretty good. Start doctor's appointments for disability tomorrow. Okay. Well, they will probably, depending on what your disability is going to be for, they'll be testing you. Like mine was my back and neck, and there was the third thing I asked for, and they gave me 5 things I've said before, but 3 were physical. But they would have me do things like try to touch my toes and squat and stuff like that. So I was real careful not to try to embellish any of that because I knew I was disabled. So, but yeah, they'll put you through some paces, I'm sure. See how far you can walk if it's respiratory. Sometimes they have you walk. They used to have you walk like taped off distance, but now I think they use treadmills. But anyway, and scaly internet people. And scaly internet people. Scary. I started to say, well, either one fits, so. How fishy internet people. Well, I'll be thinking about you tomorrow, Mike. I hope they don't put you through a lot. Jesus. Why, since you came to live here, you keep the dogs all tore up fighting with the cats. Princess, sit down. Go sit down. Princess is a hellraiser. Pamela. So, nobody's got anything going on with their fish. I was thinking about changing the name of this stream because we don't seem to have a lot of fish talk on here at this time of day. And I do want to keep it kind of themed. But I still can't see. Oh, the situation. Yeah, I haven't got to talk to her except to tell her she's fired. Except to tell her I'm going to go by myself this evening. I hate the LFS. What? I have the LFS taking care of my fish for a couple of years until I'm ready to pick them up. Wait, you have fish and you've got the LFS boarding them for you? I never heard of such a thing. Not for a couple of years. We get asked to board dogs, not cats, but dogs. Occasionally, I just had a guy that asked, and it was a big dog, but insurance won't allow it. I'd like to revisit that because we could definitely make some money doing it. I don't know if people would want to volunteer to do that, but I have the LFS taking care of my fish for a couple years until I'm ready to pick them up. So what's going to make you ready to pick them up? Bob, you doing okay with all the hours you're doing at the art? It's hard. I'm 67, and I was actually at 2 appointments today. The big box doctor, the one that does my diabetes and all of that. Of course, then I have pain management and orthopedic. But the one I was at today, I have to go to Chattanooga, which is just 30-minute drive. So I had to be there early, and then I had an appointment right behind him for the diabetic educator. She's not a nurse, but she's very smart about diabetic teaching, and of course she's keeping me current on things, and she makes some good suggestions, and some of them I try and I like them. So, but yeah, my A1C was 10.1 or 10.4. It was over 10. We wanted 7. So I'm going to be starting on one of those new GPL injections. It's not insulin. It's something that helps you lose a little weight and suppresses appetite and helps take some of the load off your pancreas from the few little diabetic the islet cells that you've got left. Yeah, I'm going to be starting on that. I was supposed to have started on it last week. They shipped it to me on Copax, and I started reading all the side effects and stuff. One of them is anaphylaxis. You drop dead. So I thought I'd wait and do it at the ARC, so I'll probably take it in tomorrow and fall dead there. But it can cause some thyroid cancer, but only like in 7 out of 1,000 people. So the benefits of taking it are well worth the risk. That's for sure. Because with my A1C this high, it's definitely going to cause me some cardiac problems at some point. But anyway, I'm trying to get everything fine-tuned and doing that. But I'm hanging in there. I'm doing it. I didn't get in today till 12:15 to the ARC. So, but the one that I was volunteering with was fine. We don't open till 1. So, yep, I'm starting to move toward cutting my hours so that I'm there 6 days a week now. Oh, thanks for the link. And the Facebook. Thank you, thank you. I've been trying to post some stuff on there. And I was trying to share from Adopt a Pet, a couple of new pets we've got, Ace and Daisy Girl, and it wouldn't let me share them over for some reason. I tried yesterday and today. So, but it's some problem with their problem, the ARC's Amazon wish list. Oh God, yeah, I don't know what's on there. I haven't looked at it in a while, but bleach, clumping cat litter, all day long, every day. Toilet paper, paper towels we don't use so much because we use old rags and wash them. But you know, things have gone up so much. I am out of the really expensive me. I don't know how I'm going to swing that. Well, when you get your benefits, have you got a case manager, Mike? Remember I told you to see about getting a case manager? Because that would be something that they could find some temporary emergency assistance with, for sure. And you definitely would qualify. There's no generic for that medication, Mike. That's a good thought. There's your case manager right there. I don't even know what Huawei does. I've seen him say, but my medications have all been free this year. No copay at all, not a penny, nothing. So, and I didn't change my, I still have my Medicare, but I also have my Medicare supplement plan through Blue Cross Blue Shield, and that went down. Shh. All right. Yossi's feeling better. It was $215 a month. It's $600 even with the discounts and prescription card. Yeah, those don't really do that much. You need. I'll see if I can go back and find some stuff in my old case management stuff, because every now and then I need something like this. So I'll go back and see if I have anything. I may not, because I haven't done it for like 8 years. Haven't worked doing it. But I'll look back and see if I can find anything. We'll talk. So. But yeah, there definitely is funding set aside for things like this. That was as low as pharmacy could get it down to. Yeah, what you need is somebody else to pay it, and there are programs that will do that. So I just don't know off the top of my head who any of them are. I used to use 2 all the time, but I can't remember them. But yeah, it's there, and we all pay taxes to fund those things. I have Medi-Cal, and with that, all my prescriptions and doctor visits are free. I'm just limited to what doctors I can see. Yeah, well, that's with the best insurance you can get. Well, not actually. Medicare, you can go anywhere you want, pretty much. I mean, national Medicare, as long as they take Medicare. Some doctors don't accept it. But everybody I've wanted to see is glad to get my Medicare, plus my supplemental insurance. But yeah, I'll try to see what I can find, Mike, and maybe talk with you later if you're around. We have something called TennCare, and it's actually the best insurance I've ever seen. I worked in commercial insurance when I worked at Blue Cross, but Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Tennessee had the contract to administer the benefits for TennCare, Tennessee Care, of course, and it's a Medicaid, state stuff is Medicaid, and stuff they would get anything approved. Anytime they pinned it into a medical director, they would get approved. It's incredible insurance, but I don't qualify for that because I get disability and I got my Social Security, so, and it's too much. It's not that much, but it's too much. Sometimes the prescription, yes, that's what happens exactly. Sometimes the prescription manufacturer will offer them out of discount, and there are programs that get them from the manufacturers too. Is there any way you could samples, Mike? And also the pharmacy is supposed to fill you like a 2-day emergency supply if you can't afford to fill it. So while you're working on things, like I've got my butt in this thing before about my blood pressure. I can't miss that. I've got my blood pressure medicine, not getting it called in. Now I've got it set up so it's all just, it's even mailed to me from Chattanooga, 30 minutes. But the pharmacy has always given me, enough to last me 2 days or 3 days till the doctor's office opens again at Monday or something. So she gave me free ones last time, so we will see. Yeah, I'm sure she'll, see what, and they may have a case manager there. Ask her if she has a case manager for her patients. They may call it something else, but case manager is a specific thing it's a national standard exam, and it's the hardest freaking test I've ever had. It was worse than my nursing test exams, but I passed it incredibly. So, a lot of good information. But yeah, do that, Mike. But if not, then hook it on over to the pharmacy and do the boo-hoo and, can you help me out for a couple of days? I'm starting on this and trying to get some emergency relief. But I'll look and see if I can find those sources. I remember somebody in the fish family 2 or 3 years ago needed the same thing, and I was able to find some stuff that I have since cleaned out that old office. That's where my the pond is in suspended animation being set up for the Paku. And you see they're still out here. The pond is not finished, but someday I'll have a day off and I'll get to do that. Main doctor Monday. Which medicine is it, or do you prefer not to say? That's the $600. I don't think I've ever heard of a generic medication costing $600. Lots of generics too are made, of course people know that, but in case someone doesn't, they might be made just on the other side of the street or down the block, and they're usually close to each other. Like they'll make their own generics, the brand name drug companies will, to get that piece of business, which is real smart to do. So they're not competing against themselves, they still get the business. It's just a reduced rate, so they definitely can afford to give some medicines away or sponsor programs. But yeah, let's see. Clean it like Craig. Hey Coro. Clean it like Craig. I'm not sure what that means, and I always have Craig on in the background. I'll sometimes forget to say hi. Maybe he's got some clean tanks. I know that. I don't have a cardiologist, Mike. I just mainly have the diabetes, high blood pressure, and a couple other old man things. And that's all one doctor. And then I have the pain management. I get my pain patches and epidurals, and I just couldn't make it without those. Then the orthopedic doctor that, of course, can't give me, he would, but I don't let him give me any pain medicine. That's a good way to get discharged from pain management. But he can do steroid injections and stuff like that. So that's the main 3 I see. And then that diabetic educator, she's really cool. Sam, you seem to know a lot about it, so I'm suspecting that you either have worked in IT where you've been exposed to some of these things, or you just got a good memory. 14 people in here. The screen is slow. And one reason I wanted to do it by myself is just to see if I could keep it moving along and keep it going, because I think I depend on other people too much to do that. Just through attrition, our Tennessee Fish Mafia group has, over the last couple of years, gone from 10 people. We didn't have 10 that whole time, but it built up to 10 was the most we had. It's down to 4 to 6 regular people now, which is a good panel. So I need to do a shirtless, clean it like Craig video. Oh, is that what he does? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I'll have to check into that. I actually have seen him many times without his shirt. His gym short things, barefoot. So if it were 20 years ago, I might try that, but not now. Not now. I'll try a tank top sometime. It's hard to fathom anything falling out of that. I don't even have a tank top. I used to wear those all the time when I used to go to the gym in my 30s and early to mid 40s. Because don't you know, I wanted the muscles to show. And now they're just fat there, no muscles. So, Jesus, just thinking, some people do. I was thinking if I started working out at 67, that would be hell with me. I can't believe not one person here has something going on with their fish, or a fish question for the group. There's Bunny back. Hey, Benoski. I bet Benoski could share something about fish that is little known and that would enhance our fish keeping. Trying to get people to talk about fish, Benoski and Bunny. Susie was off this last week on our Reptile channel, babysitting, and she's going to be off Friday too. Forget what that reason is. It might be her shock therapy night. I'm not sure. She told us a couple of weeks ago. And I tell you, getting guests, especially to come on the Reptile channel right now, is like pulling hen's teeth. It is rough. For about every 10 people I ask, I get a response. And about every 1 out of 20, 25 of those actually will come on. So people are just busy, you know. I've been real surprised at how many reptile channels there are. I don't know why there's so many fish channels, but I'm subscribed to the maximum number of people that YouTube will let me. So it's not like I'm not asking people. Hey, Brian. That reminds me, Foxanne's coming on actually this Sunday. I think it's this Sunday, isn't it, Brian? Yeah, the 19th. She's coming on the Tennessee Fish Mafia, so we're real excited about that. We're real excited to have her coming on, and sneak peek kind of thing. She's going to talk about axolotls. I've got to get that stream set up. And Brian I've asked to come on before, and he's still mulling it over. No, he'd rather not. can understand that. I wouldn't go live for a long, long time. And then I started just showing my fish and staying behind, when you see one, staying behind the camera. And then I think Candy or, I don't know, Mr. B's, somebody got me to look at the camera and talk about something, and that was the end of it. The cat was out of the bag. Oh, Diego's in? Can't do it. Things jumping. Hey, Mick. Late night looking over here, was thinking if you still have in your, oh my God, yes. If you're going to be here a minute, I'll get up in a second and show them to you. Yes, yes, yes. I have them. And they're going to go in that pond, if you ever get it put together, that swimming pool, together for the Paco. Hey, Pet Sodics, I didn't see you, Diego. Must have jumped right then, so I'm glad people said hello. But yeah, that's this Sunday, and then we don't have a guest as of right now. I've got requests out, but I have 3 I don't think I've heard back, and I asked 5 or 6 people over the last couple of weeks. So, and they're awesome channels. I mean, if you like reptiles, or even if you just like animals, I always try to get somebody that, you know, I really like their videos and their live streams, so that it won't be slow and monotone like this. You know, they'll be entertaining and engaging. So, but we'll see. Sandy, you ought to come on and do something about your turtles, your reptiles and stuff, girl. How come you can't come on? No pressure. No pressure at all. Yep. But anyway, I think I told y'all a couple of weeks ago, I like the graveyard and the stories behind people that are buried. There's so many stories, and so some of these channels are really good. I follow several of them, and I've been actually thinking about doing something like that, but not doing a lot of research. Hey, Nonna, just showing, graveyards, cemeteries used to be our parks. People really didn't keep gardens and parks 100 years ago so much as they went to the cemetery to see all the pretty stuff. I didn't ask you the second time. I had to think a minute before I lied. So thanks for reminding me. I did not ask him. I got on to ask him actually a couple times and found several other people that I did ask. But he was not one of them. So I need to ask him again. I forgot all about him. I'm looking for a good solution for my awesome pair of I can say that word sometimes, but not today. For both of them, and also for my young black nasty. Oh, you got a black nasty, or you got sick? You got black nasties. I need a larger tank or 2. Well, you can come and get that 125 tall out of my garage if Chattanooga Ed doesn't come and get it. He said after Christmas, so it may leak. I don't know. It'd be a long way though, wouldn't it? It's heavy. It's way expensive to ship that thing. It's huge, thick glass. Hey BJ. What's up with you, lady? BJ has all kinds of things. BJ, you should be a guest. Bob, text me an address where I can send you something. What? Where I can send you something through the mail later on tonight, so I can ship it tomorrow. All right. I'll do it. Clean like Craig. It's 3 or 4 times I've seen it. Clean it like Craig. Is that what it says? Clean it like Craig. I have to click on that and see what it takes me. See what I see. Alright. Who was it that wanted to see the Dempsey's? Oh, yeah. Wait. I'm about to get over there into all that reptile foolishness and feed some of them. And do water bowl cleans and scoop poop and all that kind of stuff. I finally moved this big boy out of that free Petco, out into this free Petco tank. Turn it into a reptile channel. Hey Bubba. But I still gotta move one of the bigger hides over there. He's got a heat pan, and there's Gomez hanging upside down. We're not supposed to be able to see him. And there's Theo. I think the head to the right. I think Theo's about to go into a shed. Definitely not as resplendent as he was. And I put 2 small rats in there yesterday, and I need to see that he ate the second one today. They both had panicure in them, dewormer. Look at that. Looks like an empty tank. There's a bunch of them in there. I can get them to come up and eat. Let me try. I don't feed this early. In fact, the lights haven't been on that long. But let's just see what happens. I'm not sponsored. I sure wish I was. I was over there in the U.S., not many with larger tanks. Sorry. Camera angle. I may even have to lay it down. Soldier fly larva is good. Ooh, got an odor to it. Their hang on back needs to be opened up. Look at all that mulm in there. When I had the plumbers here the other day, they didn't believe there were any in there. But there are. I would guess there are between 40 and 50 good-sized Jack Dempseys in there. And they're usually up there begging, but not this early. All they're going to do is they're dash and grab a bite. But yeah, they're still in there. Mostly the blue morphs, like they're supposed to be, but there are some gold ones as well. I don't know why what makes them sketchy like that sometimes. When I came in from the ark a while ago, they were all up in that right corner, all of them begging for food. Oh well. Oh well. Amazing how many you can keep if they get to grow up together. Yeah. And no spawning. This is the Dale's Clean It like. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, there's a short. Awesome. Silver Queef Aquatics Clean It Like Craig Short. Oh, I'm out of the loop. Dang. Yep, that would be cool, Mick. That would be awesome. It would be awesome. Coral did one, but I can't find it on this channel. This thing is really bad to stop up. I have to unstop it every couple of days. I just did a big water change on this, like 60 or 70% last Friday. The plumbers were here and they said there aren't any fish in there, and I assured them there were a bunch of fish. And I had algae like this all over the front of the tank. That may be one reason they're scared. I scraped it off to show them. Anyway, they're in there and they're doing great. I remember the huge mother. Yeah, that was Cobalt. The daddy's still in there. He's still in there. Some of the kids are bigger than him. I hope whatever Pam's issue, besides the obvious, is that she's gonna be all right with that. I got the impression it was not her. It was. Stop running, shh, Yazzie. The cats are baiting him to run him. Quit. And like a dummy, he chases them. And they're laughing their butts off. Here's my new guy that I got. That's not Gomez. It's one that Chattanooga Ed and I got coming back from Oddities and Curiosities, and I still need a name for him. No, somebody else said to name him Karma. Who was that? Might have been you, Samantha. He's a little bigger than Gomez, I think. Oh, yeah. I guess the risk is they start fighting like mad if there's a larger water chain. No, they never fight. They never pick on each other. Just make yourself comfortable, Worm. Hummer tried to get me to sell him Worm. I thought about it. I didn't, baby. Adele is topless in that short. Oh my God! Well, I gotta end this up early. I've got an emergency thing. Good. Clean it like Craig. Cleanse it with crystals. Ah, he's got some beautiful, or they do have some beautiful crystals. I started to get some marbles, some of the old-fashioned looking ones. They weren't really antique, but at the toy place that Ed and I like to go in Atlanta, it's right by an aquarium place. Karma Chameleon. Yeah, I think I've just about reached maximum velocity until I get some actual racks built. And I'm not talking about snake drawers, I mean racks that I can stack tanks. I actually have a rack that I've talked about putting together for 2 years. I should do that. And I could get some of those off the table, like 6 of them off there. I think there are 11 or 12 on the table. But, yeah, this room is full, and everything in here is red hot. Everything. That new chameleon's watching the adamas climbing around over there like, what are those? But yeah, I enjoy them. And I actually enjoy taking care of them. Chameleon name ideal, Professor Screw Eyes is from that animated dinosaur movie called We're Back. You know, somebody said, I told the lady where I got him that was scared of him, and he was terrified of her because of that. I told her about Gomez, and said, "Oh, name him Pugsley," and I said, "I already got a Pugsley, a Euromastix." So I don't remember who said to name him Karma Chameleon. It was somebody in the live stream. Hey, Larry D. You've got something on the way from Ed and I at some point. At some point, I mentioned that I'll have to send calendars to Sandy Dowdy. And Cindy, you sent me your address twice, you said, and I still don't know where it's at. I can't find it. Cannot find it. So, at one time I had it on something you sent me, a heater or something, but I can't find it at all now in social media. Worm slid all the way down. Caught her between my knees. But yeah, you should. Ed mentioned that he had stuff he hadn't sent out from Christmas stuff or stuff people had won or something. So I think he's about to get ready to send something out. Nice headdress. Gomez spent the night in that plant. The night before last, I forgot I left him out, had him out, and came in and turned all the lights off, and he was still there the next morning, of course. But yeah, you have something coming from Ed and I. Eager to see some of your stickers. Well, I would send you some. I don't know if Ed has any or not. I'm mentioning it to him. But I can send you some if you message me your address. I'll be glad to send you some. They don't say reptiles on them. They're just the old logo. But yeah, I can send you some Tennessee Fish Mafias too. You probably already have those, but got a bunch of the Tennessee Fish Mafia. But no, that's not what I was going to send you. All right, Sandy just popped up on Messenger. It says my address is. So now I've got it. I've had those calendars in the passenger seat, or they're in the back seat now because Ed rode there the other day to Atlanta. Yeah. Yep. And if you want the Tennessee Fish Mafia, I've got a ton of those. I think Ed gave me 500 of them. He had them printed. And I probably have given 50 away. Well, if I want to buy a Tennessee Fish Mafia t-shirt like the one everybody has black with white lettering. As the Codfather, you need to make it happen. Well, you know, the Codfather, kind of like the President of the United States, is largely a honorary position, and other people actually run things. So, saying that, Ed runs his own Tennessee Fish Mafia stuff, merch. Disappointment today. I never got a Tennessee Fish Mafia. Well, I can send you a Tennessee Fish Mafia sticker. I've got tons of those. You can stick it to your forehead. You can put it on a shirt, pin it to a shirt. There you go. But I know for a fact he doesn't have any of those shirts, and he doesn't have any hats. But he didn't say if he was planning on doing another batch or not. But I know he had a financial motivation to do it, and so he was able. He wanted a new computer, or wanted a computer, so he got his computer. So I don't know, if his car breaks down or something like that, he might do it. He has a lot of people that are wanting them, I know. So I would offer to do them, but that probably would not. That's his business, not mine. So I could make a good deal with you for my hat because I don't wear my hat much. Are you saying you're just a figurehead? Pretty much, unless you piss me off, then I have other people that get angry for me. And no, that sounds creepy, didn't it? Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. And there's Larry D. Thanks, guys. I've got lots of stamps too, you know it, because I bought a bunch of stamps, and then before I had this stupid stroke, I used to mail checks. Yeah, I was still doing that till like 2 or 3 years ago, and well, not that recently, but then I can't write checks anymore because of the numbers. Anyway, so I just do the set up pay, whatever, or I call each month, and they already have my stuff on file, and it's automated, and you just pay it. It just takes a second. Save a stamp. So I've got envelopes and stamps that I need to use. Yep, but everything, like the captain of a ship, there's like a figurehead, and uh, first mate, and all of the people that have all their jobs do things. Ed and Skipper and a couple other that are uh, like in witness protection are like the soldiers. If they knock on your door, don't open the door. So everybody has their job. There actually isn't a mission statement. That probably would take all the fun out of it. Princess is enjoying the snake. Yep, she likes the snakes. Bob, you don't get angry, you get even. There's some truth in that. It took me a long time to learn that, and it sounds like a stupid thing to say, that passive people control the world, until I really started practicing that. Like we had a couple of volunteers and a couple of board members that had to go because they were miserable and making everybody miserable, and especially the customers. And I think it was 2 months ago that I mentioned something about it, and Dragon Lair was asking me if I'd taken care of it and stuff. Well, 2 weeks ago, the second one left. So it took 6 weeks to get all of it done, but they did it on their own volition. I didn't have to do anything. Hi, Mike, you doing good today, I hope. Did you post, sorry, I haven't been watching the links. I noticed the art, but did you post Mike's link for his PayPal? Oh, there it is. Duh. Great minds. But yeah, you shouldn't have to be paying that. And you know what I had to do, Mike, because I had money saved. At the point I was not going to be able to work, and it took me exactly 12 months to get my disability to continue. When you leave a job, you can continue your insurance or not. And because I became disabled, but it was called early retirement at that point, and I paid my insurance. Like I said, it was over $200 a month for a year. I got all of that back. Plus, I got my benefits all the way back for a year that they awarded me. I got all that. But it was rough. It was really hard, and I had to have my medicine. So I didn't have any choice. But that's why I just can't imagine something being $600. That's craziness. But get it sorted out. Get it sorted out. Looks like I've been going about 50 minutes, maybe more. Of course, to what thing I said. I rambled so much I don't even know what I was talking about. Y'all hear the crickets? I started getting those. They're striped, but there's a name for them. They're not nearly as loud as the Petco crickets. I don't even hear them in here when I'm sleeping. They don't bother me. I hear the birds back there fussing. You got any more dumb questions? No, I don't have any dumb questions for you, but maybe a demo on how the fish mafia works. Let's see. Questions for me? Sorry, the screen is slightly behind for me. Blame it on the screen. Now, one thing I'll have to say is that Sam is a great mod, and he became one very quickly. I can't remember who you said gave you your first wrench, but I know Pam and or I were like the second and third or somewhere like that. Yeah, it's just to the point getting a little overwhelmed right now in realization. So, yeah, it surprises me when I go to live streams and I'm a mod there, and some of them I have been for 4 years maybe. Still have the Epistos. Yes, sir. I do. I still have that original group, and they're gorgeous, but they never spawn. They never do. I keep them primed and in good condition all the time. So it's not because they're not conditioned to spawn. I don't know what else to do with them, really. They get good water changes. Their parameters are ideal for them. They've got plants. They've got a sponge filter. They've got a heater. They've got caves, 2 caves. Petco gets their crickets from Timberline Fisheries, a good company to work with. I'm trying to be a distributor for them. Yeah, I go there sometimes. I said I don't get them anymore there, but that's not true. About every other time. It's just one of the LFSs that has reptiles has a little better price than Petco, so it's just a few cents. But if I'm in there, I go ahead and pick them up, you know. And sometimes Petco runs out because they have so many people coming to get them. So I do get them. The Aquatic Den. They even have a Facebook page here in Cleveland, Tennessee. They show their snakes and fish and stuff on there. Eric's really good. I've been going there for a long, long time. I knew the previous owner of that place like 20, 25 years ago. Alright guys, it is, I'm having 6 to 7 Episto species for now. So I hope they spawn for you. I don't know what else to do with these. I thought about dividing them out in just having like one pair, like the dominant pair in there, and maybe a couple of other tanks with the other 4 in pairs, but it's about the only thing I haven't done. But I'm trying not to set up more tanks. I'm trying to take tanks down still. So, alright guys, I don't know who comes on next, if anybody does. I don't think, yep, there it is. There it is. Eric will be real pleased if he gets 5 comments. He will. Some of the snakes he has right now are really pretty, like $1,200 snakes and stuff. He does consignment for people, so. Alright, thanks everybody. BJ, good night. Inca 50. Spawn regularly. Oh, okay. Maybe I need to look into those. Thanks everybody. Thank you, Sammy. And thanks everybody for hanging out with me. And thanks for sending me your addresses so I can send these things out to you guys. Have a great night yourself, everybody. Hope to see some of you Friday in the Reptile stream with Mike and Pam, and Susie's off. Good night. Love you guys. He's getting up. Look at her. Get a treat, won't you?